So you're moving to Tijuana. How exciting. Here are my tips that I will give anyone who's planning on moving out of the country. My first tip will be to research as much as possible as you can about every single thing. Their salutations, their transportation, their housing costs, the exchange rates, how much you're going to get for your dollar, literally everything. I would definitely recommend looking up how the natives in your area greet each other, especially if they have specific customs, because the last thing you want to do is disrespect someone out and about just because you don't know or feel disrespected. For instance, here in Greece, people stare. They stare at each other, they stare at you. Now, someone coming from America, if somebody is staring, they obviously got a problem. But here in Greece, that doesn't necessarily mean that somebody has an issue with you at all. It's just a part of their culture. Staring is just their thing. Not knowing that would have made a huge difference in my experience here, and I may have taken things a certain way that aren't necessarily racially motivated, because most things in the United States are racially motivated. Another thing I would recommend is learning some simple words. I understand that most people who move to other places are not fluent, but learning how to say hello, goodbye, how do I get from here to here, thank you, please, those sorts of things. Other people really appreciate it when you at least try to speak their language, and they'll often correct you if you don't say something the right way, or something like that. I would also recommend going on YouTube and looking up other people's experiences after they've moved to the places that you've moved to, especially if you are Black and if they are Black, because our experiences abroad can sometimes be very different than someone else who doesn't look like us. My next tip will be to be open-minded. Understand that Tijuana is not the United States. Nowhere else is the United States. And if you really wanted to be in the United States, you would stay there. So make sure that you're open-minded to experiences and understand that it's going to be very, very, very different than what you're used to. And that's totally okay, and it's totally beautiful, and it's totally a part of the experience of moving abroad. If you haven't already, I would definitely recommend you visit. It's super important that you visit so that you know a little bit of what to expect. Next thing I would recommend is to be optimistic and excited about it. If you go in with apprehension and negative feelings, then the experience might be more negative than positive, and that's not what you want. You're going there to change your life for the better, and so go in with the vibes that it's going to work out how you want it to work out. And I'm sending you nothing but positive vibes on your journey. You are so courageous for making such a huge change in your life, and I know it's going to work out. Just be open-minded, and I hope some of these tips were helpful. If you have any other questions, or if anyone else has questions, I'm open to answer them.